Hey and welcome to this video. I'm Simon, and recently I've gotten a couple comments where you guys pointed out that the camera rig that I showed in some of the BTS content in a couple videos was different to the rig that I've shared previous to the production. So here I am doing a revision of that video and explain exactly what has changed and what exactly is or was the setup for our last feature film production. As always, I unfortunately don't have the rig with me here in Germany. It is kind of a stripped down version just to be able to use the camera, but I do have a lot of clips, a lot of pictures of our rig that I am going to show and which I'm going to use to explain exactly how the rig looks like. So obviously it is a RED Komodo X body, and then we have a Mattebox EF to RF adapter to be able to use our Rokinon and Scene cine lenses. We usually run the Scene cine lenses for most of the setups, but we still do use the Rokinon lenses whenever we need a smaller setup. Let's say it's run and gun and we don't want to hold the big setup the entire time, or we would mount the camera, to something or to a vehicle or put it on a gimbal, stuff like that. And then the Rokinon lenses really come in handy because they're so much smaller and lightweight. Then, depending on the lens, we have two different matte boxes that we're using. I'm not exactly sure what the smaller matte box is that we are using, but the bigger one is a small rig matte box with I think 114mm diameter, which is needed for the diameter of the Scene lenses. It's huge, but it's really cool because you don't need like a filter ring or anything. You just really put the matte box on the lens itself and just kind of tighten the ring of the matte box. Really cool. In general, I love that matte box. You got those filter trays that you can just quickly remove or insert. We have 3 filter trays that we can run simultaneously. That way we were always running, I think, a 1/8 mist filter, and then we were able to stack ND filters. We did remove the side barn doors of the matte box though, simply because we didn't feel the need to carry them around all the time. Because usually the light spill is not coming from the sides, but from above. So we removed that, and if we needed it, we could always, reattach it pretty easily. And I think that is where this matte box really comes in handy. It's quick to set up. It's really quick to get the filters in and out. The filters are K&F Concept and Tiffin ND filters and mist filters. For a focus wheel and focus motor, we are using the Tilta Nano 2 motor with the Tilta Nano 1 wheel, which I prefer. It's so much easier to operate and use, and it looks nicer, honestly. But we did have to upgrade to the stronger motor for the Scene lenses. And in order to get those two connected, it's kind of complicated, but there are videos out there on how to do that. Up on top, we still have the Small HD RED DSMC3 Monitor. Great monitor, super clean when set up. It also gives you access to the SDI port, which is great because this camera only has one. We have a fairly affordable I have no idea how to pronounce that company. But yeah, we have a side handle here, and we also have a second one for this side. So whenever we would do remote focusing and had it like on an easy rig, so that our camera operator would be able to just operate it better, have more control over the camera. Moving a little further back, I have done a video about the batteries. I'm not sure if that one is released already or not at this time. Those Nano X batteries are pretty much the most affordable, most watt hours, and best communication between camera and batteries that you can get. Something I don't have on my current setup right here is in between this backplate and the battery. That is our video transmission system. It's just a Hollyland Mars something. And then, as I've mentioned before, this is the backplate. It's just here to protect the video transmission system when, operating like this. It gives you some safety there, and it keeps you from damaging the ports or the battery mount or whatever. On the left side of the camera for the feature film setup, we have the Deity Theos. That is hooked up to the DXTX, which is our main boom mic setup. So basically we have a backup audio running right into the camera. On the right side of the camera, we have a Deity TC1, which gives the camera timecode, or an external source of timecode that we were able to synchronize with our lavalier mics and the boom mic. On the top handle, you see this hook, and that hook is for the Easy Rig, just to be able to quickly attach it and disattach it. Moving a little further forward on the camera, we have a DJI mic transmitter, which is actually hooked up to the Theos. So we have, this is kind of weird, but that way we were able to get sound to our sound operator as well. In theory, you could also just get 2 Theos systems, but we were on a budget, so that was the way we were able to do it. On the bottom right here, it's fairly simple. We have a small rig rod mount and a newer base plate actually, but it's the same one that also goes on the Manfrotto tripods and the newer tripods. So it was interchangeable with all our with all our fluid heads, and it is very long. And that is simply because when you do lens changes or battery changes, it's staying sturdy. So it really gives you a good footprint. So if I wouldn't have that base plate here, or I would have a shorter base plate, this might already tip over to the front now, especially with a big Z lens and a Mattebox. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you were able to maybe learn something from it for your personal rigs. If there's anything you want to know, please let me know down in the comments. I do read every single comment, and I do appreciate every comment and every subscriber. So have a great day. God bless.